Would you like to take your pattern combination game from this to this? Hi there, my dear friends, it is Michel here from Rapper. I just spent hours and hours and hours watching videos about pattern combinations, and I compiled the best tips and tricks just for you. In this video, we will go over all the details, and at the end of the video, we'll look at these two collections again, with our new principles in hand. Patterns don't live in isolation. They are often part of collections, where all patterns work together as a whole, playing different roles. Today, we will look at how we can create well-rounded collections, with patterns that neatly fit together. You may also find these tips useful in many real-life scenarios, from your outfit to the patterns of your pillows, walls, bed or sofa. Patterns can make or break each other. The tips in this video will get you on your way to making the right decisions when combining your patterns. At the end of this video, you'll know how to beautifully match colors. You'll know the difference between hero, secondary and blender patterns. And you'll know tons of tips and tricks for designing collections in Rapper. I will guide you through 4 simple steps to make great pattern combinations. Let's go! Step 1. Matching colors. Patterns will better complement each other when the color combinations work well together. No matter whether you are looking for a gentle color scheme or something more daring and contrasting, you want to make sure that the colors form a coherent whole. Some months ago I wrote a blog about color harmony. I recommend you to click the link in the description down below and read it. Step 2. Hero, secondary and blender patterns. These patterns look beautiful on their own, but together they form a messy bunch. Why? It is because the pattern sizes are all roughly the same and have a similar amount of detail. When looking at these images, your eye and mind simply cannot decide which part of the image to give priority to. Let's change things up. We recommend working with hero, secondary and blender patterns. So what do these terms mean? Hero patterns are the big eye-catchers in your collection, and there is usually one or just a few. They are detailed patterns and beautiful to use on their own. You can use complex stylings and larger parts of your storage image to create them. Also, using metamorphosis and the circular metamorphosis can work great here. Click here to see a video on that topic. A hero pattern can be paired up with other patterns in your collection. We call these secondary patterns. Secondary patterns are made to complement the hero pattern. They may have some similarities, though they tend to be less detailed and complex. When you incorporate elements from the hero pattern in your secondary pattern, look for ways to keep the essence, but simplify to create a more even pattern. Lastly, blender patterns are very simple patterns that use mostly simple shapes and some basic colors. They are great for adding calm to your pattern combinations and to connect the more complex hero and secondary patterns. See it as some sort of glue between the more complex and detailed patterns. Here are some tips to making secondary and blender patterns. Play around with the scale of your patterns. If you have a main pattern, which is very big in scale, have a secondary blender which is small, with a lot of space. These will really complement each other. Play around with using bigger or smaller sample sizes in the selection area, and use the zoom slider to increase or decrease the amount of repeats. Geometric patterns, such as polka dots and stripes, are perfect for blender patterns. Rapper is great for making small blender patterns, with parts of shapes from your source image. Looking for a way to make even more basic patterns, like stripes or polka dots? Have a look at the free tool VisiWig. A link is in the description. Whether you are creating a beautiful outfit or decorating your home, consider adding some solids to the mix to give your eye a place to rest. It also enables you to combine more patterns without making things too messy, by adding more space in between them, especially if you want to combine a lot of patterns to one setting or outfit. Step 3. Design tips specific to Rapper. Number 1. When designing patterns, it is easy to forget to save your patterns. We recommend using the Save Snapshot button every time you see something you like. It is always easier to remove snapshots later than it is to recreate one you didn't save. Number 2. Did you know about the collection view? It gives you a clear overview of all patterns in your collection to help you reorganize, trim your selection, and even restructure your collections. You can learn more about it in this video. Number 3. The effects found in the Effects tab can help you create better matching patterns. Use the color adjustments to tweak brightness, contrast or saturation. Or use the duotone to simplify the color scheme of a pattern. Duotone works especially well for making simple Blender patterns, and you can learn more about the duotone in this video. Number 4. It is possible to create collections based on multiple source images, as long as the source images themselves fit well together in style and color. However, you may find that in most cases, one good source image already has more than enough visual material to create one or more beautiful collections from it. Number 5. The amount of variety within your source image will have a big impact on the variety you can achieve in your pattern collection. More variety means more options, but more to choose from doesn't necessarily make things easier. The tips in this video will hopefully help you to combine patterns in a beautiful, elegant and stylish way. I do recommend you to always follow your intuition and experiment. Theoretically something can work, but if it doesn't look good to you, change things up. The opposite is also true. If it looks good to you, it will most likely also look good to others, even if it breaks all the rules. In the end, it is about personal taste and expression. Take a risk and always keep challenging yourself to experiment with different styles, shapes and colors to broaden your horizon. With everything we've learned today, let's review the opening shots of this video. What are we missing here? Hierarchy, color consistency, a central theme of shapes, little variation in the size and scale of the patterns. These patterns, based on the same source image, where we consciously applied those principles to the collection design. All colors work well together. There's a clear balance between hero, secondary and Blender patterns. Thanks a lot for watching, and we hope that this video inspires you to create more pattern collections. Would you like to try it yourself? Then head over to Rapper.app. Would you like us to reach more pattern lovers? We would really appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, smash the little bell icon and leave a message in the comment section down below, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithms. Have an amazing day, my dear friend, and happy patterning!